Okay.
Okay. I already showed you that I cleared the bridle path. You don't have to do this very often, just when it kind of gets in your way. Just come and cut and clear it off. Here's how I do it. I'll show you like this is it down here. I'm just gonna use a pair of scissors and part it like you would a little girl's hair. And then you just take a bite of it and start chunking. Then take another bite, start chunking and chunking until you get, I don't know, 3, 4, or 5 inches or so that you want clear at the top of her head here, right before her poll. This is called P-O-L-L, poll. This little part of her mane is called the forelock. This rest is the mane. Here's her withers, shoulder, point of shoulder. And then as she goes down into her breast here, this on the front leg is called her elbow. Right here, that little pointy part, right as it touches her body. This is the flank, her back, the point of the hip, the loins, or the haunches, also called haunches, H-A-U-N-C-H-E-S. As you come down the back side, this little pointy part here is not an elbow, it's called a hock, H-O-C-K, hock. And then as you come down to the leg, you can probably look that stuff up online. All the different, there's really interesting words like pastern and coronet band and all that type of stuff. There's also these little things that you need to see. They're called chestnuts. And they're kind of like calluses on your hands. If you've done work, you get little hard calluses, yeah. Little chestnuts, they grow on the inside of her knees. These are called knees on the front. A knee and an elbow is on the same leg. Isn't that funny? Anyway, there's little chestnuts, these little hard little things about the size of your thumb that grow, and there's on the back side too. And every once in a while you have to pick them off. Now, hers has already been picked off, so you can't really feel it. But when they start to grow out, they'll grow outward, like perpendicular to the leg, horizontal to the ground. And it's weird, because this little rubbery type thing, and it just peels off in layers like an onion. So you want to peel it off about the same length as the skin. On the back of each foot, over here this side, there's also another one of those little callus type things that grow. It's called an ergot, E-R-G-O-T. And it's at the base of each hoof. Come here, sweetie. Oh, there's a frog. Oh, she's got one. Here, or a chestnut. Here, there's one here. You can't see it, but it's right here on the back side. You can feel it. It's knobby. And I'm going to peel it off and show you what it looks like. There, I just peeled it off. This was the part that was attached to her leg.
Put it in your hand.
And this is the part that was sticking out.
Put it in your hand. Put it in your hand.
In my hand?
Yep.
So this is a little harder, and this part's a little softer, but you can see it just peels off in layers. I mean, I can just peel it apart like an onion. It's really weird. Isn't that weird stuff? Anyway, I'll leave the other one on so that you can have the pleasure of peeling one off yourself, but it's right up front here. On the inside, you feel something hard and knobby. That's it. Just grab your fingernail and peel it off. Doesn't hurt them at all. There's another little tiny one that's like smaller than my pinky that grows on the bottom of her fetlock. The fetlock is this furry part right here. If you feel up inside there, come here, babe, good girl. Right here, let me see if I can see it. There's a little tiny, you'll start to feel it if you groom her and her legs are all not so fuzzy, but there's a little tiny one in there that you can peel off, just like that other one. While I've got her foot up. Good girl. I'll go ahead and clean it again. Remember, this back part's where the frog is, that little V-shaped thing. Pick out manure and mud, dirt. Go around, trace around the edge of the hoof wall. She needs to be trimmed, you already know that. Down inside this little cleft part right there. There's a little part in the center of the frog that you can clean out. Go ahead and dig deep in there and get all that mud out of there. And there it is. Kind of hear how hard that is, like a toenail. And again, set it down gently. Never drop the foot, that might hurt him. And then thank her. Thank you for helping. Okay, so that's pretty good. We'll just keep doing this, and I'll make this little video and upload it so that you can watch it whenever you need to. But this is Minnie, and she's being very helpful right now, so I can teach you how to groom her. The soft brushes, remember, for the face. Go around her eyes, down around underneath, around her muzzle. This is called her cheek. This whole thing here is called a muzzle, like on a gun, I guess, a muzzle. Her nostrils, her nose. She's got a little white mark right here. This is called a snip when it's down by the nose. And then her chin's underneath here. And her tongue. Remember what I said about the soft spot? There's no teeth there. You stick your finger in there. She's like, what are you doing? But she can't bite you. And when you worm her, or deworm her, you can grab hold of that tongue and kind of hold on to it. It's kind of weird. She's like, what are you doing? But there it is. You just kind of pull it out. And then I'll show you in a little bit. Slide the worming paste back inside there and plunge it. And then she'll pull her tongue back inside, and the first thing she'll want to do is either go to a bucket of water and rinse it out and throw it on the ground. Don't let her do that. Or eat some grain and try to get it chunky and spit it out. So when you worm them, you don't want to give them food or water right away so that they'll swallow it. Okay, give them a chance to swallow it. Okay, we'll see you later.